Hello everyone, Porcelain here again with another binary build. This one is a little bit of a challenge to myself. I wanted to try to build a house on the smallest size of lot. As you can see, it's pretty tiny, and in building this I actually placed it behind another one of the houses just because that's where it fit. And so if you see another house in the build, it's just the one that this is placed behind. It was kind of a challenge to get a full house on such a small lot. I'm pretty sure they put this lot in the game more as a community space that you can use, but yeah, building a house on it is not too easy. So I decided that in order to actually get the space for someone to live in this house without making it like really tall and ugly out front, I would do a basement level for most of the living spaces, and it actually allows for me to put a workshop in part of it, which is really nice, as you will see later. So yeah, basic little build, white picket fence, kind of cottagey is what I went for, and it ends up being an artist cottage, which I really like. And the artist inspiration actually didn't come to me till the very end of the build, but I think it still plays throughout the house a little bit. Yeah, I think it works. This is my second video, so hopefully it'll be better than the first, and I'm still learning how to do this, and I know that there was a humming on my first one. I'm going to try and cut that out for this recording so that you guys don't have to deal with that. And here I was just trying to get that corner of fence to work because I wanted to put in a gate. Yeah, I tried a whole bunch of gates there and they just didn't look right. So I ended up having to change the fence around a little bit, as you will see in a moment. So yes, I still haven't started up Sunday sketch talks, as you guys probably know. But I'm hoping to really soon. That's on my main channel on Manufactured. So if you guys want to go check that out and suggest some things for the next Sunday sketch talks, I will draw whatever you guys request me to draw within reason. So you guys can go over there. But yeah, we're still building this house. And yeah, putting that door. I love that door. It's just so cute and cottagey, and I go with a lot of darker woods for the outside of this house just because of the dark roof and railing, and I enjoyed that. So that's what we're doing here. And if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I do have a little bit of a sore throat. I actually lost my voice a few days ago. I was going to record this, and I have made 2 houses in the span of time in which I was going to record this house. But yeah, I lost my voice, and so I couldn't do that. But it's a little bit scratchy now, but it shouldn't be too bad. By the end of this half hour of recording though, it might get pretty bad, so I'm not sure. And hopefully you guys can't hear my brother talking downstairs. I think my microphone won't pick it up, but if you hear like yelling or something, that's my brother playing League of Legends, being super loud, because he does that. Yeah. Yes, so this is our second house. The first one was Clear Sky Towers. It was sort of a futuristic house. It had a big rooftop way and windows for this house. Since it is a basement house, there actually aren't too many windows even in the upper floor, but they still let in a lot of light, and I put in a glass door to that deck, so it also lets in light. But yeah, there's not a lot of windows to this house, but I feel like I still let a lot of light in, and I really love doing basement builds. Something you guys don't know is that before I started doing these videos, the one thing that I spent almost all my time in The Sims building is I'm building a bunker, and it's a luxury bunker, so it's on the biggest size lot, and currently I think I have beds for over 300 Sims in it. Obviously I would never play with the lot. It's really laggy now. It's full of detail, but I was building a bunker because I really love bringing the outdoors in, and I don't know, I just really like playing with that basement space. So I'm so glad that The Sims 3 has that. I'm glad that they brought that into The Sims 4 as well for whenever I end up getting that. And yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy these videos, even though I know The Sims 4 is out, but I don't have it. So, and I really like building in The Sims 3, so I hope you guys are okay with me just playing in The Sims 3 for now. If these videos get really popular, then maybe I'll branch out into The Sims 4 sooner. It really depends on how much demand there is for them. And yep, putting in the wood for this is another mostly wooden floors for this house. I think I do tile in one of the rooms. I think the main eating and living area downstairs ends up being tile, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so here we are defining the spaces, I think. Yeah, fixing up that staircase. And yeah, moving into the basement space soon, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm trying to split up the different parts of the house. And here, working around that staircase was, again, difficult because it's in that corner and I couldn't make the building any bigger, that space any bigger, so it ended up kind of awkward, but I ended up turning it into like a little hallway with a mirror and some closet space for the bedroom, and it ends up actually looking kind of cool. It's not really functional, but it looks nice. And then yeah, playing with where am I gonna put the bathroom and how small do I want it to be, and yeah, it ends up going there. Yeah, just like that. So that's all the spaces. See, there's not a lot of separation. It ends up being a 1-bedroom. I toyed with the idea of putting 2 beds in that 1 bedroom, but it just didn't work out, and I also couldn't fit a double bed, so it's currently for a single sim. But I feel like if you have a single artist sim, he or she could live here and be fairly happy. So don't always need someone else with you to be happy. And moving into the wallpapers. And I love this paneled one that's all sectioned out. You can do a lot of really cool things with it. I end up using it a lot in my houses, as you guys will see in the future. And I'm sure I'm carrying a couple things over from the first build I did into this one, but I tried to mix it up. I tried not to use the same furniture, not to use the same flooring, that sort of thing, because I like each build to be unique and different, but also, you know, full of life. And this one I do a lot of cluttering in as well once I get to the details. So yeah, so as far as where these build videos are going, I would like to do a bunch of other ones for you guys. I love doing them, so I'd love to continue, and just in the interest of keeping you guys interested and keeping things interesting for myself, I would love suggestions. So you can suggest whatever you want in the comments, and I will read them, and I will any decent suggestion, even if it's not the best suggestion, I still might pick it, as long as it's good. Because I wanna try different things. So either if you want a build challenge, like a set amount of money, or using a certain stuff pack, or only doing a build in like a certain period of time, I'm willing to do all sorts of challenges like that. Or if you want me to build a certain style of house, or build around a certain theme, or decorate around a certain theme, or basically anything you can come up with, I'm open to trying out, whichever, because I think that would keep it fun, and I love challenging myself. So if you guys challenge me, then I have an excuse to build, you know, strange things and try and make them work, and it's just more interesting for me that way. It might take a little bit longer, but unless it's a time build, of course. And also, if you guys would like to see a Let's Play in The Sims, I do have one set up for a challenge that I made myself. And if you guys are interested in seeing that, I will start making it. I mean, it's all set up to go. Hopefully, I will be able to record it. I haven't tested it. I haven't tested how well the frame rate will work when I'm recording it and also recording my voice at the same time. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but if you guys are really interested in seeing that, I will find a way to make it work, and I'll put out the first episode and sort of test the waters with it. Yeah, and if you guys want to see not only build videos, but create a sim videos, or see builds of community lots, things like that, I'm really open to doing those things as well, because I just love playing Sims. It's my way to relax, and making these videos for you guys is a lot of fun. So I hope they catch on, and I would just love your input, whatever it may be. And yeah, I've actually never used this mirror before. This mirror I put in this bathroom, I've never used it before in my builds, and I really like it. And I don't know what pack it comes from, but probably one of the newer ones, but I really liked it and how it fit in with that space. And yeah, adding in lighting here. As you can see, it's different from my first house, in which I left lighting to the end. I put in actually the bug lights here, which I don't think I end up really using to help me out with the furnishing. I think I actually end up putting lights places before working with the space, but I think it's because the spaces were just so small that it was fairly easy for me to just stick in a light, because I knew where things had to go. Since the spaces were so small, there wasn't a lot of choice as to where the center of the space should be. I mean, if you look up here, this room's so small, there's only one space to put a sitting room, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a sitting room where you could sit and read a book, or she could speak with clients if they came to commission her for something, or him. I say her because I end up using a female sim most of the time, and it just seemed like a more feminine build. But I can do more masculine builds. I really should. If you guys would like, I'll build like a bachelor pad, or like an apartment, maybe like a loft for a single male. I don't do a lot of masculine builds, so that would actually be a really great challenge for me. So let me know if you want to see that, because it would be pretty cool. And I go with, yeah, greens in this area. I really wanted it to feel natural. It's sort of a cottagey house. There's a lot of wood, and even in the furniture, and even downstairs I try and bring sort of the outside in. There's some plants, and there's a green bedroom, so I wanted to use a lot of green in this space. And yeah, recoloring everything. That's one thing about The Sims 4. I can't fathom having to not having the ability to fully recolor everything, make different objects match with each other, really changing what they are. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna adjust to that when I finally do get The Sims 4, but I guess we will see when and if that happens. I mean, I will eventually get The Sims 4, but if I'm still doing build videos by then, it honestly depends on if you guys want to keep seeing them, whether or not I continue producing them. I'll probably still keep making them, even though even if they don't get a lot of recognition, I will probably still keep making them just for myself, but there'll be more if there is more interest. So yeah, you know, share these with people that you think might like them, or just come back for more. And yeah, it just makes me really, really happy. And hopefully my commentary will get better by then, because yeah, it's just difficult to sit here. I mean, we're only 13 minutes in, and already I feel like I'm running out of things to say. Maybe I should speak more slowly. I don't know. It's really interesting to just have to sit and rewatch my video and record my voice and keep talking the entire time. I know I said that the first video, I'm being repetitive, that's not good, but yeah. And then am I gonna put the TV in here next, or yeah, I'm gonna put TV in there. But then I try and decide what artwork I'm going to put on this wall, and what I settle on, I think it's okay because she's an artist, but it really doesn't suit the space as well as I like it to. But yeah, I end up putting a little TV in here, an old one. It's okay, she gets a nice TV downstairs, or they get a nice TV downstairs, whoever they may be. Yeah. So, yeah, trying to pick out artwork. Yeah, I love how diverse the artwork is in The Sims. Those two modded ones that are like wall stickers, I love those ones. I love those pieces. Those are two of my favorite art mods that I have for The Sims. So I ended up putting a piece of artwork. It's one of those fantasy pieces. Is that one, but the other version, yeah, with the rat and stuff. The colors just work really well with the space, but the subject matter, not exactly. It's kind of dark, and I don't think it truly suits the kind of natural art-loving sim that must live in this place, because honestly, to live in a house this small and with most of the living space in the basement, I feel like they don't spend too much time in their house. Like, they probably spend a lot of time in the art studio that is on the main floor, but in the house itself, I think that they spend more time outside than in the house itself. So they're probably out, you know, exploring the world, exploring their town. Maybe they go on a couple adventures and such, with world adventures. Or maybe they also own a boat. You never know. You could put this on a bigger lot, put in a dock. They could have a boat and just go out in the water. I love Island Paradise. I want to do a houseboat for you guys. Yeah, I think maybe the next build I do will be a houseboat. Well, I've already recorded 2 more into the future, so after those 2, the next one I do might be a houseboat. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. All these possibilities. And yeah, I can feel my voice going, my throat getting sore. I should really have water here. I'll go and drink a whole bunch of water once this is done. We're not even halfway through. Yay! Yeah. So, yeah. And those trophies, which come in pink, which is so odd. So I was recoloring them to being a normal color. She's probably won some art competitions. Stuck those up there. Yeah, putting in some more lamps. Oh, and doing the deck now, I think. Yeah, I put in a table, some chairs, and a barbecue. Which I think the barbecue is really important because her kitchen is in the basement. To have an upstairs, like, outdoor eating area with the barbecue, being able to cook and eat in that space, I think is important. Because I don't think you'd always want to be eating in your basement. It just wouldn't be a lot of fun. So, yeah. I end up using, yeah, this table and these chairs, which one of them just didn't want to attach itself to the table, so it just ended up like that. It's because it's in front of the sliding door, I think, that it just wouldn't stick. So, yeah, I ended up just sticking it there, and I don't know if Sims can get in out of that door. It's a double door, so I'm hoping probably they can. Don't quote me on that. I should really playtest my houses. I know that some of the spaces don't end up usable, and I'm sorry about that, but if it were a real life house, then you would be able to use it, and that's my argument that I'm going to stick with. If this were a real house, those spaces would be easily usable for any normal person. The Sims coding just doesn't allow them to use certain spaces, so yeah, if I put these up for download, if you want them, I will put them up for download, especially this one. This one's really small, and I feel like more people would want to play with this lot, so I know there's not a lot of room for expansion, but you could add a second basement level if you wanted to. But if you would like it, I will post it up on the Sims resource so that you guys can download it. And if there are any modded objects, there probably are some modded objects. But yeah, the mods are all just like normal everyday objects, so you could easily replace whichever ones are in there that are modded. And I'm sorry, I am not filtering through my mods. If there's a huge uproar about this, I haven't posted my first video yet, but if there is a huge uproar about, like, why do you use modded objects? Why can't you just build with what The Sims gives you? Then I will probably stop using them for my builds, but I just like them, and I like that they're all different. Because, you know, there are other people who do Sims builds and they don't use modded objects, and I don't know, I think it's okay if 1 or 2 people use them in their builds if other people aren't using them. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I really like them, but I'm sure some other people don't, and for the sake of download, I guess it's not the easiest thing, but I don't use too many of them. It's not like my entire house is modded. Most of them are base game. Not base game, actual Sims game objects. They're definitely not base game objects. There's very few in the base game. And then spiral staircase. This is actually the first time with the spiral staircase that I thought to put a plant under it. You'll see I put a plant under the spiral staircase afterwards, and then I'm probably going to do that in every build with the spiral staircase after this, because it just looked so perfect. It filled up that space and it just looked really nice, and I don't think it interferes with the object. I haven't tested that either, but I hope it doesn't interfere because it doesn't clip through the stairs or anything, so yeah, I hope that works. Because it ends up looking really good. And then here, doing the dining area, again, more woods and just nice white table. So yeah, you can tell it's a basement space. I mean, there are no windows, but I do put in some artwork, and I do try and make the space really nice. And there's a green carpet in the next room over and nice light walls, so it feels sort of outdoorsy, and I end up putting plants in there too. So I think that helps the space. Yeah, another house build I was thinking of doing. So, I've been on a huge Steven Universe kick. For a lot of you guys that probably haven't come from my main channel, I am a huge cartoon enthusiast, and I've recently, the past few months, I've started watching Steven Universe, and I've just become, like, it is my favorite. It's my favorite cartoon. It is, like, just leaped above every other cartoon that I have watched and enjoyed. So if you like cartoons and you haven't checked it out, I would sincerely recommend it. I was like, why is everyone recommending this show so much? And eventually I watched it and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So now I'm hooked on that. So I wanted to do a Steven Universe inspired house. I'm not sure how many people are interested in cartoons, even though I know it's really big right now, so maybe you guys would like to see that. But if you guys would like to see a Steven Universe inspired home, I would do it on a beach lot. It would be really nice, and it would incorporate rooms for each of the characters and a garage for Greg and his van. If you haven't seen that, yeah, he lives in his van. So if you guys would like to see a Steven Universe inspired house, let me know, or any other cartoon inspired house. Like if you guys want me to make the house from, say, Rick and Morty, or the Mystery Shack from Gravity Falls, or something like that, I would love to do cartoon inspired builds, and I think it would be something really original to this channel. I don't know if anyone else does them. I've only seen a couple Sims builders before, so, and they haven't done anything like that. So if you're interested, I would absolutely adore doing builds like that for you guys. It would be so much fun. I might just do one to test out anyways, even if you guys don't jump on that idea. But yeah, here I'm putting the plant under the stairs, and yeah, go with, I think the one that's raised up on a little platform, I think is the one I go with, but it just looks so good under the stairs. Yeah, trying to find, yeah, that one. Oh, it looks so good. I sincerely hope that stairs are usable with plants under them, because it just looks perfect. Oh, and I put a little mirror there too, and it's just such a nice little entrance space, because it's really the entrance into the hall, like into the home, because the main entrance, the main door, opens up into the art studio. So yeah. So this is really like the main entranceway, where it really becomes a home and not so much a workplace. Moving into this bedroom here, I think is where I try and incorporate a double bed, and it doesn't work, and then I try and incorporate two beds, and it just seems awkward to have two Sims living in there in separate space, so it ends up being just one bed, just one single bed in this entire house. If you really wanted a double bedroom, I would add a second staircase into add another basement level, and I would put the master bedroom there. That's what I would do if I wanted to incorporate a master bedroom and then have like a kid living there. But I don't know, it seems like the kind of place a single Sim would want to live, and it is so small. So yeah, it's really a one sim house. You could obviously use it with more than one, but yeah, it's a one sim house. And then yeah, this closet that I just throw a whole bunch of clutter in. You can't actually use it as a closet, so this sim doesn't end up having a wardrobe either, I don't think. They have a bookcase, but I don't think they have a wardrobe. So that might also be something. If I put this up, you might want to add a wardrobe as well. But this is, at least cosmetically, this is their closet space. If this were a real house, they would use this as their closet. And yeah, I just ended up throwing a whole bunch of clutter in there, making it look like a closet, because I assume a lot of people's closets are pretty cluttered. I mean, ours here are pretty cluttered. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in our front hall too we have like mitts and stuff that don't even fit any of us because they're from when we were kids. Yeah. So, oh, freezing. And oh, weird. I don't know what the game decided to do there. A little glitch. I guess working with such a small space, and also the walls. When I end up taking the screenshots at the end, the walls actually turn the right color. But in small spaces like that, sometimes I find that they just end up black, and you have to reload. Oh, I just lost my voice there. You have to reload the lot in order to actually see the wall color. I don't know why that glitch happens. So yeah. And seeing those shirts and hooks on the wall, that mannequin, there's some clothes, so yeah. So that's a closet. And yes, I don't know if I put anything else on the floor there. No, I think that's it. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this branch artwork, which I think is from the Sims 3 store, and it's really pretty. So I end up putting that in. And oh yes, the fire alarm. I forgot to put a fire alarm in my first build, and I think my third one I forgot to put a fire alarm in as well because it has a lot of windows. I always forget, even when I'm playing my game, I always forget to put in the fire alarm, and then Sims that obviously end up cooking for the first time or like second time, and then their house catches on fire and I'm kind of screwed, and I just reload an older save because I forgot to put in a fire alarm, and then they just lose half their house, and sometimes Sims die, and it's not very fun. So if I put these up for download, you might want to double check if the one you download has a fire alarm. I hopefully will go in and add one before that happens, because I don't want to be responsible for all the Sim death and destruction that happens. But yeah, I can't really help it. And I put a mirror at the end of that hallway, which I really like, next to the closet, because it's a full-length mirror. And it not only helps, you know, give that hallway purpose, but your Sim can grab stuff out of the closet, get changed, and then, you know, look at themselves, admire themselves in the mirror, be like, should I wear this today? Should I not? But yeah, full-length mirror. Also adds this feminine touch to the home, because I know a lot of men don't even have like big mirrors. My brother doesn't even have a mirror at all. He's never had a mirror in his room, and I don't think he looks one often, which yeah. So yeah. And yeah, for you guys wondering, I still live at home. I'm a university student, so I do live at home with my parents, because they're fairly close to my university, and that way I can save money, because paying for school is already expensive enough. So it's a lot better for me to stay home and save and just spend all the money I earned from working on school, and yeah, have more disposable income later. It's just a lot easier. I was gonna put another plant on the corner there. I don't think I do, but I think it looks really cute with that grass around it. It really kind of makes this room look outdoorsy. And that piece of artwork, which I love, is a modded resource. So I'm sorry, you could replace it with another piece of artwork. But I thought it just looked really, really cute. And I was going to put another chair in there. I don't think I end up putting anything on that wall. No, I don't think I do, because here I'm moving on to the bathroom. The main bathroom. So it is a 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath. There is a bathroom upstairs. It is tiny. It's just toilet and sink, but that is because it is for customers, or for her when she's doing her artwork. during the day. But yeah, mainly something that customers can use. And we end up with just a shower in here. I don't know that you could fit a tub in that space. No, I don't think you could. So it's just the shower and the toilet and sink. And yeah, I wish they had a rounded shower like that in a higher price, because that one's really cheap. But I like the rounded edge, so I don't know. I maybe I'll try and find another one that's a higher quality shower for on the Sims resource. That's where I get most of my mods. See, I get most of my mods off the Sims resource only because the downloading process from that site, I don't know, when I download from other sites, it's a lot harder to get the mods into my game, and they often don't work as often. They don't work as often. So I found Sims resources really reliable, and since I'm just doing objects and such, I tend to just pull my mods off of there. I also pull, it's mostly objects. I've also done a little bit of clothing and hair and patterns, but I also get a lot of patterns off of the actual Sims 3 website, because yeah, because there's a lot of good patterns uploaded to there as well. And then I have a couple mods from other places, but it is mostly the Sims resource, and when I put my houses up, it will be on the Sims resource. So yeah, it works really well. The site works well, so yeah. Yeah, and moving into the space, this is where I was deciding, what am I going to do with this space? And then I see this table, which is from University Life, and it's covered in paint, and I'm like, this is going to be an artist studio. This is an artist that lives here, and it just really pulls everything together. I think this studio space is what really makes me love this house. On this weird chair that I was like, it works. It just works, because it's just strange, and I feel like the sim that works here is kind of eccentric, which is a good thing for an artist to be. And the pillow, which is wood, which is just weird to me. Yeah, putting in all the different art supplies there, and lamp, and yeah, the sketchbook and the graffiti art supplies and lamp. And I put a TV screen above her workspace. Maybe she likes to watch TV while she draws. Maybe she uses it like a computer. And yeah, deciding on a rug to put here, and then I remember that this rug has paint all over it, and it's just perfect. I love it. I love it. And I think I just keep moving it around, but yeah, it's just covered in paint, so it just works perfectly for that, you know, messy artist space. But in that messy easel, put in an easel upstairs on the deck so she can paint upstairs as well. The only thing I wish I could have fit in here is probably a drafting table, but it just looked too big, so I put in what looks like a sculpting station. It's not that space, which is actually for sculpting, but I end up putting in like a table that's all messy with a sculpture on it, as if she does sculpting. And there's some guitars in here. I don't know why. I just was like, she probably admires guitars. Maybe she helps, you know, build bodies for guitars or something, or paints them. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I stick in some guitars, some photography, just art all over the place, sculptures all over the place. And this is just the space that I really end up cluttering as much as possible, and I love it. Love putting clutter in The Sims. Just all the clutter. All the clutter. It makes me happy. Bulletin board. Yeah. This is the most fun. I love decorating, even more than building. I love just decorating the spaces. That's by far my favorite thing to do in The Sims, is just, you know, decorating all the spaces. Which is why I had way too much decor, and it probably drives up the price of lots to an insane amount. I mean, it's already double. This lot is already double what it would be unfurnished, and most of that's because I just keep on adding decor, and yeah, so yeah, adding more instruments there. I don't even know what instrument that's supposed to be. I'm sorry. One of you will have to tell me. I don't know what it is. And trying to fit in paintings there that don't go below the border, as you can see on that paneling. Yep. Just a whole bunch of different art. Yeah. Fill in the space with art, and I think I put in a chair for clients to sit in. Yeah, all different things all over the place. And I think, do I end up just using one, or maybe I use both of those? I guess so. And I thought it okay that none of the frames match because she's probably trying to sell them, or he's probably trying to sell them to his clients. Yeah, I put in a little chair for them to sit at, and then just, yeah, sculptures all along there. Little gnomes and stuff. Boxes. Materials for her to use. Yeah. So, clutter, clutter, clutter all over the place. And, yeah, and then we just do the outside after I add in all the sculptures. We do the outside and give her a little garden space, a little seating area, and that's about it. And then we move into screenshots. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming back for the second episode, or joining me for the first time for this episode, probably because I'm so new. And I really hope you enjoy it, and I love your feedback, no matter what it is. If you have constructive criticism, I would love to hear it. So don't be afraid to speak up, don't be afraid to request things, don't be afraid to mention stuff that I do wrong or things that you really like, because that's what's gonna help me. I know I'm brand new, and that's honestly how I'm gonna learn to do this. This is really trial by fire. I almost put in, did I end up putting in no, I just put in a bush there, not a telescope. But yeah, so I really encourage you guys to just give me any feedback you have. I love it all. I read every comment, as I said. Every single comment that you guys post, I will read, and I will probably reply to a bunch of them, and definitely take everything you say into consideration. So, here is a bush, yeah, and yeah, adding some greenery to the front of the house. It clipped into the house, so I was, yeah. Luckily, they have those little half flower things, and just all sorts of different flowers. Kind of all over the place with her colors. She is an artist, so got flowers of all different colors too. Just make life more interesting. And then I put this box of framing outside, which I just found kind of funny. I don't know why, but it just works. It's a really strange object to have. Oh, and those wheels, I really like those on the front of this house. But yeah, it's a really strange object to have outside, but I don't know, it just works. And I added a little awning. Yeah, a little green awning around the door, just sort of more welcoming, and checking everything. Yep, well, all the little spaces. I think it turns out pretty well, actually. And yeah, that basement is a little bit sterile, but it's pretty fun. Here's the screenshots. The front of the house and around back. You can see the gardens and that seating area with the bench. Again in the front. Oh, from the top you can see the different floors. So that's the top floor, the deck, that's the main studio where you come in. And there's her living area. So yeah, around front of the house, in through the gate, into the studio with all the different art, and that leads into the bathroom. And yeah, the little sculpting station, which I love, and all the pictures up there. University life comes with so many great building objects. There's the bathroom. Yeah, upstairs. This is our little seating area upstairs. It looks so relaxing. And onto that deck with the little barbecue, and down. Oh, I love that staircase. I love how I set it up. Living area and kitchen, dining area. It looks so plain. And the bathroom, and the bedroom, the one and only bedroom with the desk and everything, and bookcase, and yeah, down that hallway into that little closet space, which was Yeah, see, now you can see the wall color. And yeah, the outside at nighttime, and that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any feedback you have down in the comments and any suggestions, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Until then, have a great week. Bye!